In this week's video, can I survive the Carnage at lap 1? And this is my closest ever finish in ACC. Hello everyone and welcome to the LFM Sprint Series. So we're going to do the weekly race guide a little bit different now for LFM. I was speaking to a few of you and you were like, well, mainly we do sprint races. So I was like, okay, let's do more sprint races and put them all into the guide so you get an even better flavour of what the racing is like at the sprint race. And this time we're at Catalunya. And as you can see, we're starting P8 here with a P2 in terms of FR cars, as the MR cars seem to be dominating, specifically the Porsches. But as we head towards turn 1 then, we're going to see what happens here. It's all going to get very tight very quickly. They're 3 wide in the distance there. Into turn 1 we go. We're on the outside, which will soon be the inside here. It looks like we've got that position done and dusted. Through the left we go. And a bit of space here. Oh, the Porsche's into the back of the Ferrari there. We've got the Aston Martin coming back on up ahead. There's a bit of contact between me and that Porsche now as well. So I've lost a position. Have I lost any more than that? I don't think so, but that's a position I gained already. Into the right-hander we go, and we've got somebody right on our inside here. Can we keep that position? No, we can't. They've gone. Oh, there's contact. That Porsche's in all sorts of business here. They've had 3 contacts in this first lap, that red and white Porsche. But we have gained the position from Lomi, but we lost one there to, was that Assetto Corsa? Apologies for name pronunciations. You know, I'm not that good at pronouncing names. Anyway, into the left we go, around the outside of this left-hander. Very dangerous move to try and do, but hey, it worked out for us as we're now up into P8, which is technically where we started. So we lost, gained, bit of contact. Yeah, all very tight, all very fun. But that was 4 seconds of damage from that. I was surprised at the amount of damage that caused. But even so, we're going to continue on here as that Porsche's nearly in the walls again. Oh my word. We are surrounded by Porsches. You can see that down that bottom left-hand side. We've got 3 in front of us, 3 behind us. It is literally the supreme Porsche sandwich here at Catalunya. You may have noticed it's in the dark and the thumbnail is in the light. Well, believe it or not, as I say, we did 2 races. This was the first race. I jumped in with about 15 minutes of practice with a Coach Dave Academy setup. So this one was the qualification 2 setup if you are using Coach Dave setups, and I'd highly recommend you do. If you don't and you want to, you know, if you're scared about the tuning, all I do is use this and change the pressures. That's all I did. And, you know, it's great. It's a great setup. Right, okay, we're continuing now. We get a bit of a flash from behind. They're trying to put me off. They had done it earlier on. It didn't work. That one did, though. They really put me off there. And you can see behind them, they've just built that gap to Climb, who used to race in the RCI League. I need to actually start doing it again, I suppose. In towards the left we go. Oh, look how close they got there. Wow, that was close. As we go through that left then and into the right. And it looks like status quo for now, staying in that P8 position. And yes, there we go. Nice and easy for us. Into the right we go. And the Porsche really struggles on the straight, I've noticed. And we've noticed that actually when we've been streaming. There's, oh, we clipped the curb there. That's not good. Leave that. Oh, we're over the sausage as well. Oh, my word, it's all going wrong. But we have built that gap. And you can see that we now have a gap in enough to survive here. 3 rounds further on in the race. So 14 minutes to go of this 25 minutes race. Oh, we got a sideways Porsche there. That was a sideways Porsche, the red and white one. Of course, it's in all the wars here. I think that's with their teammate as well up in the distance. So, yeah, they're having a big old fight. That brings us right back into the mix then. So we can maybe start pushing on ahead as we have dropped the Porsche behind a little bit as we come through this right-hander. Oh, but of course, there, just getting it slightly wrong. We're going to be on the outside then for this left-hander. Can we keep it around the outside? Very hard to do, especially when that Porsche is so good at handling. It just can get round so quickly. No, they're going to keep that position for now as we continue on to this left-hander. But we know the Porsche struggles on the straight. So that's what I'm going to try and get to there as we go through that left-hander then. And in fact, we're going to advance further on towards the end of this lap. And in towards chicane we go. So you can see they're still fighting ahead. The 2 SDL drivers. Going through here, the Porsche makes a mistake ahead of me there. Corsi. We're going to call it Corsi from now on. It's just a bit easier to pronounce. But we are right behind him. And now you're about to see that slipstream and the speed difference between the 2 cars. The Porsche goes defensive. We stay towards that left-hand side. And look at that speed difference. We're dropping them. Even before turn 1, we are past. We are past there. So up into P7 up ahead there. Having a bit of a war there side by side. Oh, there's contact between the 2 teammates. Over that sausage we go. We're up into P5. Wow, what a start to this lap then. We're up 3 positions in basically 1 corner technically. And yeah, P5 for us coming into this left-hander then. We just outbrake ourselves a teeny tiny bit here. The Porsche coming back at us. Oh, we're going to keep that for now. Of course, the Aston better there. So P5 for us. But I was struggling a little bit on that left-hander. I just kept out braking myself. No idea why. And maybe it's the cool attempts. I'm not too sure. So if you don't know, I am a little bit weaker in terms of my driving when it's cool attempts. But here we go again for that same left hand. That pushed a slight bit closer here into the braking zone we go. And I've just outbrought myself a little bit again. And that push is taking full opportunity. Seeing me doing it a number of times. Down the inside they go. Now, it's not lifting here because I don't want to go side by side here. I don't want to force the other Porsche behind in P7 to come back into the fight. So I was thinking, okay, let's just wait for the start-finish straight here. Make sure we're close behind. And we'll just do the same move we did earlier on where we clean past before turn 1. So that is the goal here. So through the left and then the right. We're very close here. But a little bit of wheel spin costs us there. Oh, no. What am I doing? Oh, that wheel spin. We continue on out. So I'd say we're P2 in FR class. Only Dal King up ahead there, and not too far ahead of me as well, which is good because obviously I just jumped into this, and I don't play ACC constantly, so it's kind of nice to be honest. In towards the braking zone we go. Oh, hey, that's getting a bit tight there, isn't it? As we go through the left and continue on out. And yeah, looks like status quo for now. So we advance further on in the race. 5 minutes, 48 seconds to go in the race then. And you are getting a good feel for the race here. There's a lot of Porsches, so Porsche seems to be the meta car if you want to pick the meta car. However, the Aston's doing very well as well if you do drive the Aston. Now, I didn't go for the move here, interestingly. I was a bit closer as well. I could have gone for the move and maybe it would have worked, but I was thinking, okay, I'm staying this close. Let's leave it till the final lap. Let's put some pressure on the Porsche. But yes, you will have some night races, you will have some day races, and you will occasionally have some wet weather races. So, it's not like for like, but the whole point of this video and the guide that I do is to give you a feel for the race. Do you want to do it? Do you not want to do it? Like Brands Hatch is a bit iffy because it's so tight. Whereas Catalunya is a bit more open, a bit more overtaking opportunity. And as we see there, I'm going to come home in P6 then. Brilliant race. We gained positions there. 2 positions gained. Oh, hello. Who's that? Doing the old spinneroonie across the line. And there's the official results then. P6 for myself. I'm quite pleased with that result in the grand scheme of it. Congratulations to Luke Whitehead there for getting that victory. Right. Race number 2, and we're starting a bit further down. A stronger field this time. The car number 12, sorry. Starting P14. Here we go then. What's going to kick off then? So, it's a drive-through for the car right next to me there on the right-hand side. That's not good for that Ferrari. Anyway, we're going to head towards turn 1. A lot of space here for me this time, which is nice. Gives me a bit of choice and breathing room about where I want to brake and where do I want to go as I head towards turn 1 then. So we're going to try around the outside of this Ferrari. Is it going to work out? So I'll be on the inside. I do have to be careful. Oh, the Porsche up ahead just gets a bit of oversteer then. So I chuck myself into that inside line then, and the Ferrari gets oversteer. I'm like, no! Why are you getting oversteer there? Anyway, we're still behind this Ferrari, and I don't really want to make it 3 wide here. It was on my mind about being 3 wide, but the whole point is to survive this first lap as well. Oh, it's so tight, this racing. Look at that. Porsche gives me just enough room there. We'll leave that corner. We have gained a position now, hopefully in towards that left, and we're going to have to take the outside line there. The Ferrari going quite slow on that inside line, and as we leave this corner, we're just going to get a slight tap there from the Porsche. Oh, my word. We did give him a lot of room, and to be fair, look at this. Good sportsmanship there. They just let off there and give me the position. Fair play, fair play. That's something, if somebody does something like that, I don't understand why people report them, but hey, we have different opinions there. I would never report that in a million years because, they gave me a position back. And only half seconds of damage, so we're all good here. We're still in the fight. Lots of cars in the distance. You can see that right there, so lots of positions to gain here. Let's say we're in the position where we should be in terms of our car number. The whole point is we need to progress to increase our ELO, our driver rating, where we are in the top 2% now, I believe, and we are very close to 3,000 rating, which puts us then into the top 1%, which means we're doing quite well here on ACC now. We really are. In towards the... Oh, that was close with the Porsche there. Really close stuff there with the Porsche. Just to break themselves a little bit into that chicane. But we are very close to Ernst in the Ferrari, and we're about to have a fantastic race with this Ferrari. Oh, my word. Do we have some good racing here? I did message them afterwards just to thank them for the racing. Anyway, here we go with the slipstream. They go defensive. I got a little bit more over to that right-hand side then. We're down the inside of that Ferrari in towards braking zone we go. And the car just turns a little bit under braking. It forces me to go a little bit too deep. The car slides a little bit just because it's overloaded there. That Ferrari just gets back on my inside through the right-hander then. And it looks like they're going to keep that position. Oh, look how tight that racing is. Beautiful racing there with Ernst, the Ferrari driver. I'm looking down the inside here, but it'd have to be a dive and a half. It doesn't really work out when you do dive like that, so it's status quo for now in P13. I've got to be careful of the Porsches behind. They will always try and attack in those corners because they are handling cars. And they do that very, 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 very well, which is why they are very good in qualifying at Catalunya here. Now, I do have a lap guide coming up later on for you as well. That's the whole point of this kind of video. That will happen on Tuesdays. Through the left we go, and it's still status quo there. The Porsche getting very close to me again behind in towards the right-hander then. And we are close to this Ferrari, so the goal here, again, getting that slipstream and try and bolt past them before turn 1. But this time, not going quite as deep as we did last time. Let's see what happens then. In towards the chicane. Absolutely hate the chicane. I really wish we just used the other layout because it's just far, far better. But even so, you know, you've got to use different layouts now and again. So through the right we go, and we're in that slipstream. So does that slipstream bring us closer to the Ferrari? That is the question. We are getting closer. Closer, closer. It's getting closer. It goes defensive then, and we're going to have to go towards that left-hand side then. Good defensive line taken by Orange. In towards the braking zone we go. We're going to try around the outside. Very difficult to do. We've still got a car there, fortunately. Through that, we just hit the sausage a little bit. We have to lift off there. Otherwise, we would have pit maneuvered that Ferrari. It is status quo once again. Not the band, of course, but just in terms of positions. What a beautiful race here with this Ferrari. I'll say this is a brilliant race. I love this race. It was really good. I enjoy Catalunya as a daily race. It is brilliant racing. You've got chances to overtake. There's plenty of action. And it's tense. And you know, you quite like the tense stuff in these sprint races. You really do. So through the left we go. Oh, that Porsche is getting very close to me there. I just got that slightly wrong then. Are they going to look down the inside towards this? Like, very hard to do. No, they back out of that for now. And we continue on through there then. So still P13. Still, we're in this train of cars as well. Remember that. Train of cars, what's that? P12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. We can see P7 at the head of this train of cars. In fact, I think that's the Aston of Dalking again. I say I'm only a couple of attempts off Dalking there, which is nice. And I reckon I can improve that even more with a bit more practice as we go through the week. And I may do more of these in this week because this is really good fun, really good fun. I will try out the endurance race at some point this week as well, which is at Donington Park. But we don't have a guide for that in this video. So I'm going to try something different. Just because you guys saying that you mainly do the sprint race, you don't really do that feature race. So, oh, we got contact there with the Ferrari. Let's get back into this race then. Contact between the white Ferrari and the red Ferrari of Dolgo. We'll just give you a bit of a nickname there. Dolgo there. And Dolgo's lost another position there to Orange. So here we go then. Can I make the move? So Dolgo goes defensive here in towards that braking zone. And yeah, not really a place to overtake. However, if you keep your car there, you might make a mistake. Just like that. As Dolgo makes a mistake there. Round the outside for this right-hander. Not really going to work ever in the history of overtaking. I've not really seen it there. But even so, put the pressure on. It may work. As we head down towards his left-hander. The Porsche now putting pressure on. So I stuck my car right in the middle of the road. So it'd have to be an insane dive down the inside or around the outside. And neither really worked there when a car is in the middle of the road. So into the right-hander we go. And now is about seeing whether this Ferrari we can overtake on that straight. A bit like we were doing with Ornst earlier on, who's now right behind Gino's. I wonder if they're wearing chinos. I'm not too sure. I've no idea if that's how you pronounce it either. So apologies if it's not how you pronounce it. Anyway, through the right we go. And we've got a stream of Ferraris in the distance. It was a Porsche sandwich last time. And now we've got a stream of Ferraris in front of us. And a Honda in front of them. So I noticed this time the Ferrari isn't being caught up as much. So I think they're running a slightly lower wing than the Ferraris ahead of them. Which means that we are going to struggle a little bit more. We're going to have to be really close then to overtake them. But it does mean they may struggle a bit more in corners. So, hey, swings and roundabouts, hey. It might mean we are closer for that straight. Anyway, we advance further on here in towards the left-hander. Oh, Owens just gets a bit oversteer there through that left-hander. Well, Dolgo going for that move round the outside. And Owens actually backs out of that and filters in. That's actually beautiful decision-making there from the Ferrari driver. However, they're going to have a big old Aston Martin behind them as we go towards that right-hand side, then in towards the braking zone. We go now. Do they go too deep? Yes, they do. Let's try and get the jump out very quickly. Come on, Tidge. Go, 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 go. Traction control just kicking in a little bit here. We have to lift up a lot there to avoid hitting the Ferrari. Trying around the outside again. Doesn't really work when you're facing an MR car. And the Ferrari keeps that position for now. But once again, some beautiful racing there with Orns as we go into that right-hander. And then finally the chicane here. Got left. Can we bolt out of here quick? Oh, we hit the sausage. What a weapon. Don't hit the sausage. Oh, we lost all that time. We could have maybe had them on the straight, but no, we're not going to. So, 6 minutes of the race to go. We're still in this fight for now. P11, that train has broken up a little bit, but we can see him in the distance there. Can we get... Oh, we're close now. We are close. That's a much better exit this time from the chicane. Can we do it on the Ferrari? We can at least get 2 positions here, get P11. That's 1 ahead of our car number of 12. Remember, the car number represents where you should finish in terms of your driver rating. which shows you the strength of field here. That, oh wow, a bit of a pingy, netcodey, bouncy stuff there, but the us goes defensive here, down in towards turn 1 then. We're much more alongside than previously, so we're going to be very alongside here, surely. No, us carries a lot more speed this time. Beautiful line there from the Ferrari driver. Can we do some form of cutback then? We go through here, we're putting the foot down here, not quite for now then. It stays cool. Can I go down the inside? Down the inside here, dive? No, I'm going to leave it for now. And we're still behind this Ferrari. Good old battle this. I thoroughly enjoyed this. I really, really, really did. It was beautiful fighting here. It really was. We advance further on then in the race. We go through this right-hander. And we're going to head down towards this left then. And the gap has just... Oh, no, I've got a bit deep there. What you doing, Tinch? Oh, no, that gap's further increased out a second to the Ferraris. That's a big old mistake with our Porsche right on my exhaust here. In towards the braking zone we go. Come on, Tinch, you're just going to nail it through here. Try and break that gap. Oh, we do. Thank goodness for that. We don't want the Porsche that close. Anyway, we've had 1 minute 30 to go now. That gap still has a decrease, so I know they will start fighting in the distance as we go through this left. Oh, we've got Honda spin. Ferrari off as well. Here we go. That's 2 positions. Thank you very much. We'll take those. Dolgo back on then, so we'll be fighting Dolgo. Uns gets 3 in that one. Well played to Uns there. Real good opportunistic driving as we head to the left-hander then. And we're going to be on this fight now all the way to the end of the race as Dolgo goes a little bit deep here. The Porsche comes back at me. It's going to be 3 wide then as we come back on. Very close indeed. In towards the braking zone we go. I'm on the curb here. Get off the curb. Oh, no. We'll get wheel spin. The Porsche round the outside then gets that done. The Honda is right behind me then in towards this right-hander. Oh, we're down to... Well, technically we're still up to P12. Oh, how close was the Honda then? That must have been a tap, surely. Through the right we go, but we're sort of up to P12, but down to P12 at the same time. That was insane. But remember, that Porsche, very slow in a straight line. Maybe we can catch them by the end of the straight. We're going to go on to this final lap then. Very tense final lap here, folks. Very tense indeed. I hope you're ready for this one as we head down towards turn 1 for the final time in towards that braking zone. We're not close enough to the Porsche just yet. We do get it stopped nicely. Missed the apex by a tiny bit. Nothing major. The Honda behind it under all sorts of pressure from that BMW of Edvardson as we go into this right. And I will give you a guide, as I say, after this. We've also got some bloopers as well for you. We've added them into this video now as we head towards this right-hander. Still, you know, we're getting closer. That Ferrari really struggling. Dolgo is struggling there. We could have a chance of a P10 here, which would be really nice in this strong lobby. It's a very strong lobby. It really is. In towards the left. We just go a bit deep. Can we pull it back? Not quite. The Porsche's all over Dolgo. Look at that. All over them. Dolgo goes defensive then. Porsche going to try around the outside. No, backs out of it for now. I would say that's a very wise decision. Through the left and then up the hill towards this fast right-hander. We need to get on the back of these very quickly. Ooh, we have to brake a lot more there. Can we pull it through? We can. Ooh, we could have a run here then. Let's go. In towards the left-hander then. Oh, no, we're not getting that run. Not enough of a run so far. In towards that braking zone. And no move made from either driver here. So through the left and continue through the kink. We'll call it the kink. And then into this right. Oh, Dolgo gets it wrong. A little bit of oversteer there from Dolgo. And the Porsche as well. Oh, we've got a few corners to go then. Can we do this? In towards the right-hander. And then we have the bus stop. Oh, the Porsche's looking. The Porsche's looking. Oh! Oh, he makes it as well. The Porsche makes it. Can we get a run out of this corner then? Dolgo goes. The Dolgo survives it. The Porsche's through the right as well. Got the nose in there. Through we go. Oh, Dolgo's off. We're going to head towards the line. It's going to be very close. We're going to head towards the line. And, oh, I think we're just P12 still. I think we're just P12. Oh, dear. Let's have a look at the results. 1,000th of a second. Oh, well, that's my closest ever finish, I think, on ACC. 0.001. 0.00. That is an unbelievable finish. Well played. That was an insane race. I loved that race. I really did. Right, how did I go so quick? Or slow to some people? Well, on the right side is a building at turn 1, and that's what I use, the corner of that building. You can see this at night and in the daytime, so all these markers you can see at night as well. So I use the corner of that building as my brake marker. I use a little bit of the green stuff on the left-hand side as well, just to open that corner a bit more. I go through the corner, second to third gear through there. Now, we're going to lift up a little bit here, and what I'm waiting for is that orange painted barrier there. When that hits the center of your screen, you can go. Now, I've gone a little bit early here, but maybe I've done it okay enough to be able to do that. So you start pushing that line when you're getting closer and closer and closer to that. But use that as your accelerating marker. It's a really nice marker, okay? Right, we're going to head towards this right-hander. Now, you can use the gantry above the Repsol gantry by all means. However, I'm using the white line here. I'm braking just before that white line. And then we're trying to keep this car tight. Because if you go too wide, you're just taking a longer way around the corner. You don't really need to. So open the corner up at the exit, get over to that right-hand side. And then you're using the same building again on the right-hand side, the corner of it. So you can see the middle, it's near the middle of the highlight there. Use that as your brake marker here, okay? Brake hard, and it doesn't matter if you miss the apex too much. It's all about getting the car rotated and bolting it out, okay? If you go in too tight and try to keep to the line, it can actually hamper your exit there. For this left-hander, use the start of the curb as your brake marker here. Make sure you don't go on the curb. There is a bump there that can shut you off. I have experienced that before. So chuck it in and really boost it out of here. You can be a bit abusive with track limits. It's not too bad in the grand scheme of it. Heading up the hill then, and we're using the end of the curb here. Just before the end of the curb, I'm going to dab the brake and turn in. And I literally want to touch the curb and then bolt out of the corner as quick as possible. Remember, we've got straight after this, so we really need to get this right. There we go. I'm putting my foot down. I had lifted a little bit. Didn't really need to. That cost me a little bit of time, probably a tenth or so there. Heading towards the left-hander then. There's like a portaloo or something, a white square thing, before the crane on the left-hand side. That is what I'm using as a brake marker, okay? As that hits the edge of my screen, hit the brake. You can see this at night as well. I just kept braking after it for some reason at night, but you can see it at night. Through we go. First gear. Use all the curb on the exit. It's all fine. Over to the left, and then in towards the braking. You're going to brake in a straight line, and then just let the car roll a little bit here. You're then looking for the sausage on the middle of the corner. That sausage, beautiful accelerating marker, because you can't really see the exit curb. So you're looking for that to then accelerate out. So I start accelerating now, knowing the car is going to be on circuit as I leave the corner. There's a little bit of black marks there on the old AstroTurf there, or whatever you want to call it, the green stuff. I use that as a brake mark here. So I drop it to second, and I'm braking as I turn in here. And I'm trying to just clip the curb, avoid the sausage, over to the right-hand side, where we're going to use the gantry here as your final brake marker. Now, you've got to be careful depending on the car type, of course, because if you hit sausages in MR cars, it's going to be really damaging. FR cars can survive it a little bit better, but first gear through here, and you really want to charge out here as quick as possible, okay? Absolutely nail it out of there, and it's flat out towards the line. It's going to be a 43.0. It was on for a 42.9 at one point, but certainly some more time in there as well. That's it for the lap guide. Let's have a look at some bloopers then. So here we go. The fight with the teammates, heading in towards turn one then. So we got the... on the inside there, he accelerates a little bit and then just hits his teammate there. I think that's just one's a bit tight to the other, and then yeah, I don't know, it's all a bit messy. But two teammates colliding there. That gave me some position, so thank you very much for that one. Right, should the Porsche have given the position back? Well, let's find out. Heading in towards the left-hander then. I'm on the outside there, which is absolutely fine. So through we go. Yes, okay, they corrected a slight slide there. They corrected it and went into me. So yeah, I would argue that was fair dues, giving me that position back, and fair play for doing that. Gretton Cord there. Thank you so much. That was good racing with you. We had a brilliant race as well. Right, what happened with this then? So we came across this at the very end. Oh, the Ferrari taps the Honda. And then he's just waiting. Oh, contact there. I wouldn't have waited there, to be honest with you. That forced Dolgo off there, and we gained a few positions. So happy days with that one. Now, just how close was this finish? Well, let's have a look. I love ATC for this. You've got any amount of cameras you like. So heading towards the line there. Look at that. Oh, my word. How close is that? That is a very close finish. Fair play, Dolgo. It was a brilliant race. I fully enjoyed it. Let's have a look at how close it is from this angle. Look at that. Look at that. If we'd have just gotten a bit quicker somewhere, out the chicane maybe, we'd have done it. That's going to be it for me, folks. I do hope you've enjoyed this video. It's been great fun. Let me know if you do want the feature racing or whether the sprint race is just better overall. I say, please do like the video, subscribe to the channel, stay in touch with all the latest content, and I hope to see you in another video or live stream very soon.